started playing really good complementary football in all three phases, and we didn't end the first half the way we needed to and should have, and definitely the second half was not clean football at all by all three phases.
Jeff, the offense did.
Yeah, we gotta take a hard look at this tape because just the operation, the penalties, a little bit of a lot of different stuff. We gotta make sure we're cleaner there.
How much of a turning point was that zone sequence where Aaron misses Garrett and then throws that pick to Leonard?
Yeah, it's big for sure, but at the same time, like those moments are going to happen in games, and you got to overcome them. You know, like really good teams when adversity hits, and you do something like a self-inflicted wound like that, you respond. You know, and we didn't respond like we need to.
Jeff, what happened on the 12 men there? It looked like Gibson was back there in the case.
Yeah, I'll take full blame for that. It was they were going for it on fourth down. Initially, like we thought the punt team was coming out, so their punt return unit went out, and then they obviously they decided to go for it on fourth. We got to be better at communicating that across the board. You know, so accustomed to signaling to the guys near the ball, you know, forget sometimes that return is back there, and that's unacceptable.
Just a quick follow on that. That entire series with the penalties, and have you been a part of something like that? And how do you explain all of that taking place in one set, series?
Yeah, I got to look at every single one of those penalties and see exactly if they're real, if they're not real, you know, what caused them, and it's not okay. You know, it's not acceptable. It's not our standard. Penalties ultimately extend drives, and we can't let that happen.
Jeff, you guys had this season the offense, 5 opportunities with Rodgers on the field, go down the field, get points, win the game. You're 0-5 in those games. Why does it keep happening? Why have you guys not been able to finish those games?
We got to figure that out. We got to figure it out quickly because it's and it's never on one person. It isn't. It's on the entire collective group. You know, from coaches to players to every single human being out there on offense. So we got to be better in those moments.
At 3-9, just kind of where do you go from here?
You keep pushing. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of options other than we're going to keep working. We're going to stay together. We're going to play the best football humanly possible by this group, and we're going to try to celebrate this team as best we can.
How would you assess Rodgers' performance today?
You know, I always want to go back and really watch the tape, and I got to watch the tape with Todd because a lot of times he'll give me all the nuance and the intricacies within the game plan and the footwork and the timing and all that. So that'll be a better question for tomorrow.
How many body blows can this team take, Jeff? Just feels like week after week you guys are getting hit with stuff.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, this is a true test of every man in that locker room and every coach in that locker room. So we got to respond. It's our only choice.
This was the week. I mean, I know Aaron was looking forward to it. He was off the injury report. He was healthy. You said he was the healthiest he's been in quite some time, and statistically didn't do well at all. Had some trouble with his accuracy. The pick 6. Would you ever consider making a change at that position now?
Not as of today.
The end of the first half, they have the ball down around the 15-yard line. They complete a short pass in second down. Did you think about taking a timeout at all?
In the first half there?
In the first half,
yeah. What stopped me was it was 3rd and 4, and this is one of the better 3rd and 2 to 6 teams in the league. It's a high percentage play. They've converted that on most people most of the time. So I just wanted to get out of the half and try to inhibit them from getting a score there, and obviously. In hindsight, it might not have been the best thing to do.
What do you think of the way the defense played overall?
We had moments where we really played our brand of football to our standard, and there was moments that we did not, and that's kind of been the common tale of the season. And if you want to be a championship team, if you want to be a winning team, you got to be consistent. I think the strain is right. I think the physicality is right. It's the execution piece, and we've got to clean it up because in critical moments we've had breakdowns that don't allow you to win games like that.
Couple more. Do you have injury updates?
The 2 that I have is left, did not return, and then Sauce with the hamstring, same as. Fortunately, the DBs, as many guys that went down there, especially down the stretch, all cramping and all stuff. As of right now, it doesn't seem serious.
By special teams, specifically Kene.
Just like what an amazing story. Kene was a guy that for weeks now we've been spotlighting and showing the team just his process and how hard he's worked. He earned the right to play today, and all that hard work came to fruition. It was a really amazing moment for not just him, for the team, because the team is really invested in that human being, and special teams did their part in some ways, for sure.
Are there any immediate changes that you want to make before Miami?
Not right now.